the serious gamer.
What is up? Next Gen Tactics, Neely here, and I have an ambitious online versus game for you today. This is quote unquote a very ambitious game. It's going to be a 20 length minute video. I wasn't certain how I wanted to edit this. I figured that I would only give highlights of certain periods, but I decided that, I have a lot to talk about in terms of NHL, in terms of strategy and tactics, because, well, Next Gen Tactics is all about the tactics. At least I hope so. Again, this is going to be a very long video, a very ambitious video. Hopefully you can stick with me for 20 minutes here, and maybe you'll learn some good tactics on how to improve your versus play. And or maybe I'll make you get worse. I don't know. But no, seriously, on a serious note, guys, listen up. On a serious note, everyone have your thoughts and prayers with Guns for Hire that he has a nice, speedy recovery from his surgery. He had heart surgery. I don't know the extent of his heart surgery. Excuse me. I don't know the extent of his heart surgery. I don't know if it was open heart or whatnot. But again, our thoughts and prayers go with Guns for Hire and his family. From what Spider-Bite has said, he's had a speedy recovery. But again, everyone give him get well wishes and hopefully the best from him, and he can be quickly back to Next Gen Tactics and having fun playing video games like he normally does. But again, on a serious note, guys, thoughts and prayers go with Guns for Hire. And yeah, so show your support, guys. Anyways, to this game, I am the Carolina Hurricanes. He is the New York Rangers. And I was feeling different. I wanted to use the Hurricanes. I'm not from Carolina. I'm not really that big of a fan of the Hurricanes, but in terms of NHL 11, I'm a fan of them. I like their speed up front, and typically when I play versus, I like speed up front, and I will get to that. I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I am a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan. Yes, I love Sidney Crosby. Go ahead, flame away. I know not a lot of you like him, but trust me, I really like him. I see plenty of them, and he's enjoyable to watch. But yes, I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, but I never feel the need to play as the Penguins in any NHL game, just because I just don't. I like to see other teams out there. In fact, my Be a GM mode, in which I will be posting footage of, my Be a GM mode, I'll be posting future footage of on this channel. I'm the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm having great fun with them. I love their defense, and I think I'm going to be using them more in versus play. So maybe you'll get to see me post some footage in terms of versus. But again, I just I don't like using the Penguins. I see enough of them, and I just would rather branch out and play as different teams. That's just really personal opinion on my behalf. But maybe you guys can think otherwise. So. Initially, what was going on here was a trend at the very beginning. He was turning the puck over very heavily, and I was sort of capitalizing on it, sort of not, I guess. Sort of not, I guess, is what I'm trying to think of. And, gee, I just kind of lost what I was going to say. Yeah, so back to the turnovers, I guess. When I play versus, the first immediate thing that I do is I change my forecheck to a 3-2. This is all personal preference. I'm not saying that you have to necessarily go to a 3-2. But it just seems like when you have a very aggressive forecheck, when you have an aggressive breakout, teams, at least to me when I play one-on-one against someone, teams or the players that are controlling the players, does that make sense? God, I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of beating around the bush here. But anyways, when I play that 3-2 checks, it just seems like I get a lot of turnovers out of it because, if you think of it, you got three offensive forwards coming at two defensemen typically in the opposition's end, and it definitely rushes the play, and for them to be successful getting it out of their zone, they have to be quick and decisive. And a lot of people, when it comes to clearing the puck out of their own end, are not quick and decisive. So I definitely capitalize on that. Again, it's all personal preference. I just find that the 3-2 forecheck really helps my game in terms of getting an established forecheck going and creating a lot of turnovers. I will admit I'm not the best scorer out there. I do post up 3 goals in this game. I'm not the best scorer out there, though. I will say that my finishing touch could be better, and you'll see that here at times in this video. I'm not like Ovechkin or anything where I just upper 90 everything in the net, but as the first period comes to an end here. And we'll quickly go to the second period, so no fear there. Nice little transition for you, because I love you guys. So back to the action, our second period. So yeah, again, I'm not the best shooter out there. I never will claim to be. Typically, though, if I get good turnovers, if I get the opposition to turn the puck over, it pretty much leads to easy chances. So that helps my scoring out. And I pride myself on playing good defense. I held this guy scoreless until the final minute in this game, the 59th minute. And you'll see when we get going here. And then a really weird goal right here. We'll get to take a look at the replay. Eric Stahl here for me puts it in. And I'll be honest, I really went for a forehand shot here, a wrist shot, but I happened to hit the wrong thing. And I got lucky. I pulled an Evgeny Malkin backhand spinorama. If you ever seen Malkin put a goal in like that against Cam Ward about a year or so ago, he did a spinorama on Cam Ward. But yeah, back to the game here before I lose you guys. Yeah, just a really lucky goal. Can't really add it up to anything. Sometimes, when you're playing well, when teams are playing successful and doing things that, doing all the right little things, if I could speak proper English here. When a team does all the right little things, you'll definitely see bounces go your way, and that's sort of the case in terms of that goal. And as you can see here, I sort of have a patterned escape route from my zone. If teams really bear down on me, and this is a key way to get around a 3-2 forecheck. I'm going to tell you guys right now the opposite way to get around a 3-2 forecheck. So, like I said a couple minutes ago, I like to play the 3-2 forecheck in versus because it gets high turnovers in the opposition's end. Now, a lot of people also like to play the 3-2 because why wouldn't you want to play aggressive? Why wouldn't you want to go right at your enemy, like 300 with the shield, just going at it, Is that a good comparison? I hope. But yeah, so it's like the movie 300 when you got about 1 million Persian people coming at you, or 1 million Persians, and you're just like, hold, and you hold them off. But stupid metaphor aside here, a good way to get around the 3-2 forecheck is to have your defenseman to have one of your defensemen that you're controlling to basically control the puck underneath or behind your net and basically do an out pass. And an out pass is basically an exit pass out of the zone. And a whiff there. I felt the wind all the way from here. But a good way to get away from heavy pressure in your zone is, if you guys pay attention in the backside of your net, the AI will go behind your net with you. So an easy way to dodge a bullet from turning over the puck is going to the side with the puck, going around your net, called an escape pass. And if I get a chance to show you that, there's quite a lot of times that I get out of my own end pretty fluid and with ease, where I'll be getting bared down upon, and I don't want to brag, but I make it look easy, but it's only because it's systematically done. And as you can see right there, the defense, he gave me support, the other defender who was controlled by the AI, and you just always have to know where that other AI defender is. I can't really put it as anything easier than that. So again, a good way to get out of that 3-2 forecheck by your opposition is to get an out pass, or a parallel to the board's pass behind your net, and from there, it's a quick transition. You can hit the guy that goes up the middle or to the side, however you feel more comfortable. Right here's the out pass, bam, right along the side of the boards, and my defenseman did not pick it up, but that's very rare that happens. But again, that's the out pass, and it's really easy to do. Sometimes, yes, you have to make it a quick pass, but it makes your life a hell of a lot easier in your own end in terms of getting the puck out, because hockey is a game of transitions. And a lot of my rushing, or a lot of my odd man rushes in this game, was due to the fact that I was able to get out of my zone and get out quickly and basically take it to my team, or take it to my opponent here pretty easily. And hopefully you guys are sticking with me here. I'm talking about the 3-2 forecheck, how I utilize it against my opposition in terms of attacking, in the offensive zone, trying to get turnovers and trying to hold the puck down low. And again, I just talk to you guys about how to counter the 3-2 forecheck or an aggressive forecheck on yourself. Right there, again, is the out pass. And you exit up the middle here, and it gets a little clogged, but I find my way through. And again, that out pass is key. I'm not going to stress it any more than that. Just know that, you know, again, if you're under heavy pressure, to not rush the pass out of your own end. It's really silly to do, and teams, good players, will capitalize on your mistakes in your own end. And it's really funny how this game, I guess, panned out, because my opposition here, he wasn't really forcing me to dump it in, and I'm usually the type of player that does like to dump it in, the old Humpty Dumpty, da-da, 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 you know, dumping it in my opposition to end, and I'm not afraid to dump the puck in, simply because, again, if you have that 3-2 forecheck going for you, it's really easy to establish a forecheck and get in deep on your opponent and hold possession. So right here he comes up, and it just so happens that I didn't choose to dump it in because I saw my guy basically open for a quick short pass, and so I didn't dump it in, but do know that I do dump it in at certain points. It's definitely key. And he was undisciplined as well in this game, taking a lot of stupid penalties, a lot of slashing, a lot of hooking. Right there's a high stick. I don't know what he was doing. I guess he thought the pass was coming across like an idiot, you know. And so we're 11 minutes into this video. Basically, I guess I'll finish up talking here about this game. I think I just wanted to establish my style of play mostly, and talk about how to also counter my style of play. I think that's key, as long as I give you guys sort of the ins and outs of the core of my gameplay and how things are done, basically, is I guess what I'm getting at. And this guy, I caught this guy in a line change here. Unfortunately, I don't think I take advantage of it. Right here, stupid play. One of the things that I have been making a mistake of, as I'm thinking about this now, is just being an absolute retard in terms of passing the puck way too fast across my blue line. I guess foolishly, aimlessly passing that puck across the blue line when the pass is visibly not there. I've sort of caused some breakaways against myself on that, and I do like to utilize the points a lot. I'm big on perimeter shots, point shots, so I really like to I don't want to say force that puck across, but to feed it to my defenseman for a one-timer. But definitely one of the things that I need to work on is not forcing that puck across the blue line, because I do tend to do that a lot. So, and there was definitely a little rust here as well. This is a great save too, by the way, as I interrupt my mumbo-jumbo talking. I feel like John Madden, in all honesty. I feel like John Madden. Of course, this is not football, but I'm not even gonna do. Should I try a John Madden impression? No, I'm not gonna do it because I'm terrible at it. Right here, pretty good goal, pretty easy goal. Again, he turned it over, and what's the description for the move that I can make? I gave him the let's go with, I gave him the hoorah across the middle of the crowd. I don't know, that's terrible. I couldn't think of a better description to call the move, really. No, again, just he gave me an easy turnover, and I took advantage of it. Sort of drug the stick at it, drug the stick in front of the net, and shot it in the upper left corner of the net. Oh, I need to take a drink. I'm parched. This is a long commentary. I'm trying to offer as many tips and tactics as I can, because with sports games, you have to think when you're playing, and when it comes to hockey online versus games, usually I'm pretty serious about that. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, if I lose it, so, you know, I'm throwing my disc, but you know, I really like playing NHL online, and I do like winning my fair share of games. Last year my versus record was very good as well, and I definitely a lot. I'm just talking about my versus record. I make a stupid pass across the center of the ice. Wow, way to go! That happens, you know. This footage here is actually my very first versus game, so I was shaking off the rust a little bit, I guess. And yeah. My video is slowing down here. Alright, so anyways, my video really is slowing down. Sometimes when you watch these videos, they tend to slow. Oh, we got a fight here. Here we go. Ignore what I was just saying. Let's go to the fight. Here we go. What's going to happen? And I'm swinging. Unfortunately, this isn't like, you know, Rocky going at it here. A little Mike Tyson action, you know. and I looked like a pansy on that one. I took him down pretty low health, but fighting's really not my forte. Last year there was sort of like glitches in fighting that you can sort of get around, but this year I haven't found any. I don't glitch. No, seriously, when it came to fighting there was some weird glitches, but everyone did it. All the cool kids did it. So wow, we're at 15 minutes. Wow. Hopefully you guys are still alive over there. Hopefully you're not hearing crickets or being sent to the loony bin by now. Who knows? As I take another drink here. Again, pretty parched. So, I guess, you know, I think what I primarily wanted to talk about was my forechecking system, how to sort of counter that forechecking system, and the basis of my play is, again, getting turnovers, getting a lot of shots on net, and establishing, like I said, a good forecheck in behind my opponent. I really like to put the pressure on my opponent, is basically what I'm saying. I go right at them. It's kind of different, though, offline when you play the computer. You know, you could play a 3-2, but it's a little more risky because the computer is a little bit better at making passes than some humans online, I guess is what I'm putting at, or what I'm trying to say. So, I guess what I will talk about next, though, is I guess where I'll take this next before I bore you guys. What I've done is I've posted a shootout match on my channel just recently, and depending on when this video gets posted, I'm not entirely sure when this video will be posted because I know Spider-Bite is pretty busy with some stuff, and again, I don't know when this video is going to be posted, but Saturday, September 18th, I'm holding an open lobby tryouts for my club team. I'm thinking that I'm only going to hold that for my YouTube subscribers Saturday night on the 18th, but I think I'm going to make a second open lobby for all of you here on Next Gen Tactics who are interested in joining a club team. You know, it'll be real laid-back tryouts, nothing too serious. As there's my third goal of the game. Nice little backhander. But yeah, I'm thinking about definitely holding 2 open lobbies for club team. If any of you don't know, the EA Sports Hockey League allows you to create a club. Oh, excuse me there. The EA SHL, the EA Sports Hockey League, allows you to create a club team, and you can have 6-on-6 matches where, you know, your friends control every position. So one player controls left wing, center, right, left D, right D, and user goalies as well. So it can be really crazy, and I've had games on, you know, in club matches where the goalies basically determine the game, as he gets a really stupid goal there at the end, or right there. But I've gotten in a lot of really good games, or a lot of really good club games where it's a goalie duel, you know, and it gets a lot of fun when you have a really good user goalie on your team. But yeah, again, for all of you that don't know, the EA Sports Hockey League allows you to control a selected position, and you know, you can play with up to 12 people, 6-on-6. So it's a lot of fun. And again, I'm going to be recruiting for my club team. We're taking it sort of easy because this first month's season is short, because the game released halfway here through September, if I could say that right. So we're sort of taking it easy, just playing normal online team play matches, and basically practicing and stuff like that. And this guy got 2 really quick goals here, but it wasn't really enough to save his ass. So again, I'm having, for my YouTube subscribers, on Saturday, September 18th, an open lobby for tryouts for my club team. I'm going to have a second open lobby for you here on Next Gen Tactics. I haven't determined the date, but if you are interested in trying out, if you're interested in joining a very good club, you can go over to my YouTube channel, send me a personal message so I can sort of get a head count of how many people are interested. So again, come on over to my YouTube channel. The link to my channel is in the description of this video. Go ahead and click on it. And then if you'd like to subscribe to my channel to see more NHL videos and other videos that I do as well, you can subscribe. But again, if you are interested in trying out for my club team, I know I'm rubbing this in. I know I've said this a lot, but go on over to my YouTube channel and send me a personal message. So that's it. This video is going to come to an end. I'm going to win it 3-2 here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I didn't bore you. Hopefully you guys learned some tactics on how I play, how I have success. There will be future versus videos, future club OTP games, future regular OTP games, future shootout games, future be a GM, franchise. You guys are going to get it all NHL footage-wise. Hopefully you guys are NHL fans. I'm hoping. I know I sure am. So final score 3-2. That's going to take care of this video for now. I will see you guys around. You guys have a good one. See ya.